Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this, holy shit, on this Wednesday, September 1st. Can you fucking believe we are in September? Like, we were just starting out 2021. We were just talking about how, holy shit, what are our resolutions and what a shit year 2022 was. And 2021 is going to be much, much better. And we are in September. We're fucking 9 months into this year. How? Where'd it go? Where's all the rum gone? Where have all the months gone? A few things going on in the world today that I was just like, ugh. It's an actual sound that came out of my mouth, not only this morning when I was by myself, but just now on the show, just to show you guys, I don't give a fuck about making weird noise in front of you. Why is that the voice I just put on? Who knows? This Texas abortion thing, we'll go over it. I am not going to condemn an entire state because there are some great ass people who live in Texas, but this is why Texas sometimes gets a bad name for things like this, which are fucking horrifying and should be illegal. I don't understand how our country hasn't figured this shit out yet. Fake vax cards. If you guys saw on Twitter, Moderna is trending, not Moderna, but Moderna. If you're going to be bad, this is something my uncle always used to tell me. If you're going to be bad, be good at it. Too many people who are bad at being bad. I'll break that down for you too. Then Top Gun, Maverick, and Mission Impossible 7 are both delayed because, you guessed it, Delta. Step right up. Next in line, Delta. Anybody want some? Nah, not for me, dog. But yeah, movies are getting delayed again. It's been a while since I've heard blank movie was delayed because of COVID, but that is happening again. And I wonder what they know and or what they're feeling or sensing based on the box office, or you never know, public safety. Doubt that's what the movie studios make their decisions based on, but yeah, just don't know. Plus questions, comments, concerns, anything going on with you guys, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. It is Wednesday, which means it's World Girl Wednesday. This World Girl Wednesday is particularly special for a couple of reasons. Number one, we are doing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader tonight. So I think D, Steph, and I are going to look like total morons. So that will be really fun to watch. Number two, it's the first Wednesday of September. New month, new us. And number three, our new intern is joining us. We have one really fucking awesome intern coming on this semester. We really like her so far from our interviews with her. And she's actually going to be coming in and helping on the show. She'll be here in person with us. I don't know if we're going to put her on camera for the first show, but you guys will at least, she'll be here helping. So we're excited about our new intern as well. So for all those reasons, and you just never know when a shot war is going to break out. Speaking of which, send in support right now, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. And let's see what is going on in there. My computer's been slow as shit today. And my phone. I would then wage a guess to say that it's my internet, but it's actually not my internet that's been slow. Like, you know, when I describe it as things are sticking. Like, it's not sticky. Things are sticking. Like when you're scrolling on your phone and all of a sudden it gets like stuck. I don't know. Same thing on my computer. Things are just fucking sticking. Anyway, let's go to the Streamlabs and see what it is that you guys are talking about in here. Thank you for everybody who shows up to give their support. I appreciate you guys. Not only do I need it and want it, but I also feel like at this point, I might as well say it. I think I've earned it. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs says, hello and happy World Girl Wednesday, Roxy, and all your nicknames. Sending well wishes and a thank you for hanging out. Peace, buddies, hugs, and good stuff to you, Grammy, Papo, Dad, Jet, Sky, and all the Rockstars band. Be most excellent to each other and yourselves. Everyone who shows up to give their support. Whatever, however. Say it with me. Thank you for being friendly, support, pillar of strength for people around you. Everyone who's battling, keep fighting. You're a winner. Win for you is a win for all. If a win for me is a win for you all. I had cake for breakfast for the 5th day in a row. Let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4th day in a row. Did you guys feel that? Could you feel the cake? Because if it's a win for me, it's a win for you. Glenn also says you're fully unique, you're kind and you're caring, being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers, whether on the internet or not, makes you humane and worthy and a bright, shiny star. Your story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. RJ and Rockstar's band, thanks for breathing in and out fully, deeply with me, working on breaking apart, removing all blockages and constipation, physical or energetic, internalizing. I love myself. I accept myself. I embrace myself, and finding balance so we can each be us. I hope you find and do what brings you joy today and each of your days, your weeks, months, and even your years. So you smile, laugh out loud like a child. Ha 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 ha. Glow in your flow and radiate. I don't know why that was my child laugh. No child laughs like that. Because you're priceless, a necessity, and an inspiration of hope. I know you're busy, have your own ideas for the show, and may eventually decide to alter the schedule so you can take on other jobs, since doing this 6 days a week may not be feasible to financially speaking. But can we get some friends Lego building? I don't know, Glenn. I don't know. Maybe. It's possible. Like opening that whole set and doing the whole set is going to take a really long time. So dedicating to that is just going to take a lot. And usually those are the shows that I make the least, that are least financially viable for me, not for World Girls, but for me. But maybe I'll see what I could do. Depends on what's going on during the week, but definitely I'll look into it. Thanks for the suggestion. And anybody else who has any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Shout out to everybody in here, whether you can give financial support or not. I know it's a crazy time for everyone, and I like everybody to feel seen and heard. So Haskell 420, Glenn Caesar, Manny Gonzalez, Christian Hardesty, Jake Yacovetta, my amazing mod. Keep scrolling. John Estrina, that's family. French Taunter, Third Turd, Steve Cauldron, Mohammed Belsi, Juan Mendez, Sina Bigelow, Stormy Woods. Fuck yeah. A lot of regulars today. Love to see it. Vanya Koschuk, Nick Thomas, Ryan Payne. Bring the pain. The voices that I'm putting on today are really fucking something. John Perillo, which we know officially is Perillo. Haskell 420. And everybody else who is showing up. I appreciate you guys for being here. Y'all are fucking great. All right, so let's talk about what's going on. Speaking of things that are great, what's the opposite of great? Really fucking shitty. Let's talk about what's going on in Texas right now. Ugh. Did you guys all wake up to this shit too? Did you wake up to this and you were just like, oh no. It's not like this came out of nowhere, but people are acting like it came out of nowhere because nobody wants to take responsibility for this is the way that things fucking work in the world based on how we vote. Abortion as early as 6 weeks pregnant is now banned in Texas, giving the state one of the strictest laws in the country. The new law bans abortions as early as 6 weeks and allows private citizens to sue anyone who may have violated the law. Legal fights swirling around the new law are adding to the confusion. And let's read this article coming from the Texas Tribune that breaks it down. It's fucking horrifying. For those of you guys who don't understand why this is horrifying, hopefully the show will illuminate that today. And for those of you guys who are not pro-choice, I don't know that there's anything anybody can say to make somebody be pro-choice, but hopefully listening to logic will help you guys understand why this is so scary for women in Texas. And honestly, women around the world and women in this country who are constantly nervous that this is going to be a right that's taken away from us. So this coming from Texas Tribune says one abortion provider said it was engulfed in treating more than 100 patients at one clinic before the law took effect on Wednesday. So today is Wednesday. One of the nation's most restrictive abortion bills, which bans abortion as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy, took effect at midnight after the U.S. Supreme Court did not take action on an emergency appeal by Texas abortion providers on Tuesday. The law prohibits abortions whenever an ultrasound can detect the lawmakers define as a fetal heartbeat, though medical and legal experts say this term is misleading because embryos don't possess a heart at that developmental stage. That's why all the terminology of people being like, when it has a heartbeat, but that being so subject to terms. This continues to say, Providers and abortion rights advocacy groups say this would affect at least 85% of the abortions taking place in the state, with many people don't know they are pregnant within the first 6 weeks. So pausing there on this article for a second, I have been with a couple of my friends as they've gone to go get abortions. I also have probably about 10 extremely close personal friends who I know have gotten abortions, and family members, if not more than that, that have been vocal with me about it. That's just the ones that I know. And I don't think a single one of them got their abortion prior to 6 weeks because many people don't know they're pregnant prior to that point. And if you are pregnant prior to that point, there's still procedures and appointments that you need to have made. You also need to take off work. You need to get somebody who can pick you up. So there's a lot of different things that need to be done. So even if you are aware at 5 weeks, which is very rare, the reality that you would be able by 6 weeks to be able to do this would be extremely challenging, and for some people impossible. So although 6 weeks sounds like you have known for 6 weeks that you are pregnant and every day are not deciding to get an abortion, most people do not know. Many people don't know by 6 weeks. Most people don't know until 4 weeks at least, especially because the weeks are counted from your last period. So you wouldn't even know if you got pregnant and then you haven't missed a period. Your period's not coming for another 3 weeks. And then you don't know that your period might just be delayed, and it's now delayed a week. Now it's already been 4 weeks. And that's if you're keeping track of that stuff. And if you knew fucking immediately. A lot of people have irregular periods or spotting or things that are really challenging to know when you are pregnant. So the 6 weeks things, although it sounds to people who are not women, who do not have uteruses, like for every day for 6 weeks, you knew you were pregnant and you could have done this at any time. That is just not the case. And I believe the earliest anybody could possibly know even is 3 weeks. That's not a fact. I think it might be 2 or 3 weeks is the earliest anybody could know that they're pregnant. And I don't know anybody who has known that early. This continues to say, the state won't enforce the law, but the state wouldn't enforce the law. SB 8 instead provides enforcement only by private citizens who would sue abortion providers and anyone involved in aiding or abetting an abortion after a heartbeat is detected. Heartbeat in quotation marks. The mechanism could allow SB 8 to skirt Roe v. Wade, the 1973 Supreme Court decision that legalized abortion within some limits. So now if you're performing an abortion, while you can perform the abortion, you also are subject to getting sued, which could cause you to lose your license or pay a massive fine. Attorneys from Planned Parenthood, Federation of America, and Whole Women's Health, another abortion provider involved in the case, said the uncertainty around the law has created chaos on the ground. Doctors and providers plan to remain at Whole Women's Health Clinic in Texas until 11:59 on Tuesday to provide abortions before the law took effect, and the clinic's waiting rooms were filled with patients and their loved ones, the organization said on Twitter. Now imagine that rush to go do that. You've got to take off work. You've got to get your people there. You've got to get the appointment. All those things to rush just to get in under the gun because this arbitrary law is being made, which is fucking ridiculous. When Whole Women's Health argued to the justices in the court filing that SB 8 unquestionably contravenes this court's precedent and will cause clear harm beginning at midnight tonight, with abortions after 6 weeks banned throughout Texas, something that has never been allowed to occur in any other state of the nation in the decades since Roe. Though quote, through no fault of their own, thousands of pregnant Texans will lose constitutionally protected access to abortion in mere hours unless the court acts, end quote, the group added. Applicants and their parents urgently need relief. President Biden denounced the implementation of SB 8 Wednesday morning, saying, "My administration is deeply committed to the constitutional right established in Roe v. Wade nearly 5 decades ago and will protect and defend that right," Biden said, but did not clarify any course of action. That's kind of common for Biden, which is frustrating to me. Every time he says he's going to do something but doesn't tell us how, I'm like, so what's the fucking plan here, man? Like, obviously, you guys know I voted for him. I didn't vote for him in the primary, but I did vote for him in the election because the other option was a fucking Muppet. But I'm kind of tired of all these statements of his being like, this is what we're going to do. How? Talk to me about how when it comes to Afghanistan, when it comes to Planned Parenthood or abortions, when it comes to all this. You can't just make these sweeping statements and then not explain to the nation how. It's frustrating. Planned Parenthood will try to keep clinics open, staff attorney Julie Murray said, but there's a chance that some abortion clinics will be closing, said Helen Krasnoff, vice president of the Public Policy, Litigation, and Law. This goes on to explain more. It's just fucking frustrating. It's infuriating. I feel like we consistently go 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, not even 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We're constantly moving backwards. This is a decision that was made in the 70s, and now we're questioning it again because men just want to be able to control women's bodies, and it's fucking disgusting. Just because you are pro-choice does not mean that you are not pro-life. It's such a ridiculous statement. You get to make the personal choice as a woman. If you do not want to have an abortion, no one is forcing you to. Your choice is to keep the child or the embryo alive to turn into a child. You should give other people that same choice. Just because you're pro-choice doesn't mean you would make that choice. You're just giving people the ability to make the choice that is theirs to make with their body. And a lot of the problems here are not just about people like me who could get pregnant by, somebody like me. I could go on a date. I could sleep with somebody and have unprotected sex. It could be consensual and I could get pregnant. And then I can make whatever decision I want with that baby because it's my body, or with that embryo because that's my body. And that's one situation. But in Texas, all over the country, a lot of these situations are people who are, it's incest, it's sexual assault, it's statutory rape. I mean, there's so many different situations. So just to put a blanket statement of nobody after 6 weeks, or you're subject to be, or they're subject, or private citizens could sue them. What the fuck? Just so fucking fucked up. So that was a fun morning for everybody, moving 50,000 steps backwards. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. I'm sure you guys have questions, comments, concerns, and thoughts on this. Christian Hardesty says, I don't live in Texas, and I'm not smart enough about the science of this stuff, but to me, it seems like the lawmakers there are just ignorant, or more likely, they know this law is completely fucked up, and they're doing it anyway. Fucking ridiculous. Totally, Christian. Like, they're doing this to keep people down, and the people who are making these laws are men who can't get pregnant. They cannot get pregnant. If you do not have a uterus, you cannot get pregnant. And if you cannot get pregnant, who the fuck are you to talk about what we should do if we're pregnant? It's infuriating. It's ridiculous. Leonard Kim in the streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, happy TWG Wednesday. Thank you, Dimple Tits. How are ya? The hair looks pretty. Oh, yeah, I did this whole, it's now up. I feel like I have to blow my nose. But I braided my hair last night, so it's wavy as shit. I don't know if you can totally tell. Yeah, you could kind of see. It's got these like beach waves in them. Or at least that's like my fake beach waves of braiding them. I went and got a drink last night with one of the girls from the movie. I was like, I'm excited that I'm keeping in touch with the whole cast and that I've been seeing them. And it was really nice to see her. That was unrelated to anything, but I showered right before that. So my hair was wet. So then I was able to braid it. That was the point of that story. Trying to keep it light sometimes because the rest of this shit is fucking awful. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Get them in. Leonard Kim says, a tweet that I saw on Twitter, I'm paraphrasing, essentially said that this wouldn't necessarily prevent abortions, but have more people pursue and seek unsafe abortions. Yikers. In some ways, it's not preventing necessarily because, like the law says, now you're just subject to being sued. But what person, what doctor wants to risk their license for doing a procedure that they could do in any other state, so that yeah, that's so instead people are doing different things. Oh, I did want to point this out though. This is not a solution, but this is something that is valuable information we had, especially if you're in Texas. So please spread this to your friends who are in Texas. I didn't know this. A girl named Alice Radley tweeted this out, and I was grateful that she did. Apparently, you can buy Plan B on Amazon, which I was unaware of. I thought you could only get it from a pharmacy. And there's a generic form of Plan B on Amazon for $8. It's called My Way Emergency Contraceptive 1 Tablet compared to Plan B 1 Step. And if you just type in Plan B onto Amazon, it comes up. And so if there is a case of unprotected sex or an assault or something, this is an option for people. Now, obviously, if there's been an assault, your brain might not be thinking about all of the options, and Plan B needs to be taken to be the most effective within 24 hours. And then after that, within 72, it still has some efficacy to it. So for anybody who is in Texas who does not have the option of an abortion, if there is unprotected sex and you do not know if you're pregnant, whether that is because of assault or otherwise, then this is something that is available on Amazon. And I think that that's important for people to know and possibly just have in their home as a backup, with it being $8. That's not too shabby. Most Plan Bs are $50, $45. So, but that's for a non-generic brand. It's probably a little more effective as well. So anyway, something to look into just in case anybody needed that tip. Yeah, Ryan Payne says, Amazon, what? Yeah, apparently. I was kind of surprised as well. Amazon's got it all, guys, except for a head of a company that gives a shit about its employees. Go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in support, send in questions, comments, concerns. We got more things to talk about on the show today, as there's other things that made me be like, what the fuck? Okay, this one's less sad and more like people are fucking dumb. So have you guys heard about people making these fake vaccination cards? If you're in here right now, I'm going to say there's a 95% chance you're vaccinated, because if you are in here, it's very likely you believe in science. Not only do you believe in science, but you're trying to do your part for the world. And so if you are in here and you're a rock star and you are of age, meaning you're above 12, I'm guessing you're fucking vaccinated. For those who are not vaccinated, then some people have excuses, such as their doctors have told them not to get vaccinated because of XYZ medical condition. But for the most part, send bunnies if you're vaxxed, because I bet you fucking are. So most of us in here feel that frustration of the people who are not fucking vaxxed. It is frustrating. But what is more frustrating than people who are not vaxxed is people who are not vaxxed who are pretending to be vaxxed. And they're doing so by creating these fake vaccination cards to get into certain locations. So there's places all around Los Angeles that you need vaccination cards in order to get in. You can either have your digital card or your physical card. When I went to go see Mark Ellis at the Comedy Store, they asked for my Vax card. When I went to go see the screening of Candyman, in order to get into the screening, they asked for my Vax card because it's a press screening. There's a lot of places that need them. Not all places, but some places. And in order to go to Hawaii right now, if you have a Vax card, there are different protocols taken than if you do not have a Vax card. So this one girl, 24-year-old girl, Chloe Mozak, saying her name because calling her out, she's from Illinois, was arrested after allegedly using this fake COVID-19 vaccine card to enter Hawaii and avoid travel restrictions. She faked this card, and this is what, so she spent $600 on a flight to Hawaii and also paid for the fake Vax card. She says she was vaxxed in Delaware, even though she says she lives in Hawaii. So, you have to present your ID. So that's a discrepancy. She says the first dose, the second dose was 5 weeks after the first. And we know that it's not supposed to be 5 weeks after. It's supposed to be 4 weeks after. So that's just bad math. And then they spelled Moderna Maderna instead of MO. It's just like, What? And then when it says the location of where she got vaxxed, they wrote NRA, the NRA. So she got fucking caught because this is fake. And she was arrested because that's illegal. Now, not only are you a bad person for trying to fake the fact that you're vaccinated, but you're dumb. You're stupid. And this is further proving the point that the more educated you are, the more likely you are to get vaxxed. It's why Massachusetts is one of the most vaxxed states. It's also the most educated state in the country. And there's reasons why the smarter you are, the more educated you are, the more likely you are to be vaccinated because you're not a fucking moron. And this girl is not vaccinated and isn't even smart enough to properly fake a vaccine card. She writes the NRA. She spells Moderna wrong, or whoever she paid for it, she didn't notice it. She wrote the wrong state of where she's from. Are you fucking an idiot? You're dumb, babe. You're dumb. You're too dumb to fake it. So either get vaccinated or live in a bunker somewhere because you're too dumb. I don't even mean this meanly. I mean this as genuine advice. You are too stupid to pretend to be something you're not. So if you're going to be an anti-vaxxer, just live in your MAGA hat in your fucking basement with your anti-vaxxer friends. And if you get COVID, you get COVID. But don't try to be one of us, the vaccinated people, unless you're going to go get vaccinated because you're too dumb to fucking fake it. Unbelievable. I feel very confident, and I hope I'm giving nobody any ideas, but I feel very confident I could fake a vax card. It would not be that hard. I could do it on fucking Photoshop or Canva or what the fuck ever. I feel very confident I could fake it. I would never do that because I'm not a living piece of shit. But imagine being so stupid that you are so dumb you don't want to get vaccinated, even though science. Okay, you're so stupid you won't get vaccinated. And then on top of that, you're too fucking stupid to pretend you did. Whoa. It's just, you're an idiot, dog. You're an idiot, and you are not the only one. When I was with one of the people on set, they had told me that a friend of theirs offered $50 for them to give them their vax card or to Photoshop their vax card and give it to them. And the guy was like, no. And then their friendship ended because he wouldn't give them their vax card. Fuck you, dude. You want my vax card? Piss the fuck off. Get your own. You know how you can get it? By getting vaccinated. There's one way to get a vax card. By getting vaccinated. You want my vax card? Here's all the ID you with it, you fucking toad. And second of all, no, dude. It's just a bunch of fucking idiots. A bunch of fucking idiots. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in your question, comments, concerns so that I don't continue to rant. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs says, so when will there be a vaccine for stupid? Asking for a whole lot of people. I don't think it's solvable. I just don't think it is. It's a tough look, but I don't know if we haven't figured out the solution for it yet. There's no vax for stupid. Just no vax for stupid. All right. Moving forward. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Get them in. Speaking of the reason why people need to get vaxxed. Yo, COVID's bad right now. Have y'all been watching what's happening with Delta? Top Gun Maverick and Mission Impossible 7 got delayed. I was kind of shocked to hear this. If you're like me right now and you're vaccinated, which if you're watching the show, chances are you are, then maybe you've been making plans. Maybe you've been trying to live your life like I have. I went to a wedding last week. I have 2 weddings in October. You know, all the weddings I'm going to, you have to provide proof of vaccination. And still a lot of people are wearing masks and they're outdoors. So I've got this wedding in October in Philadelphia. I'm supposed to be booking a flight for it this week. I'm going to these press screenings because that's my job. I'm filming on location because, I just shot that movie because, again, that's my job. So you have to do what you have to do. I've been trying to live life a little bit more. I'm not going to the fucking club, but I'm living life a little bit more. And then you start to hear about all these delays again, like this is 2020. And it's like, oh, fuck, Jean, ooh, fuck. Paramount has pulled the ejector seat on Top Gun Maverick's November release date. In a move pushing back two Tom Cruise tentpoles, Top Gun Maverick is departing its November 19th date and will now open May 27th. Meanwhile, Cruise's Mission Impossible is leaving the May 27th date and will now open September 30th. The studio has also pushed back Jackass Forever, heartbreaking, which moves to February 4th, departing from October 22nd. So one of a couple things. Either Paramount just believes that they will do better in 2022, so they're moving it because they think this is a financial better option, or they believe that movie theaters are going to be closing again and that this isn't going to be an option for them to stay at this space. I wonder who follows suit. Are Disney or Warner Brothers, or who's going to be looking at Paramount and saying, fuck, we have to do this also. This is all coming because of concerns over the Delta variant, and theater attendance is low. But I don't know. Is it low and it's going to stay low, or are they shutting the fuck down? Oh boy. Pretty big shift going from November 19th to May 27th. That's a large jump. They're moving from November date, and that's not around the corner. They're thinking that, to me, makes me think that Paramount thinks it's going to be worse in November, not better, which we just don't know. And Jackass, which is supposed to be on October 22nd, that's in less than 2 months. They're moving to February. So they're thinking it's going to be worse in October and then worse in November. What do you guys think? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Would love to hear from you. In the Streamlabs, let's see what's going on in here. Sean says, sounds to me like there's a pro-vax person with a fake vax card hustle. Take their money and get them arrested too. Yeah, totally. I think the person making those vax cards, I don't know if they're pro-vax and you think that they were just trying to set this person up. Like, how do you think that went down, Sean? It's fucking funny, though. John Lestrina in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, it's simple to get vaccinated. All you have to do is go to the store and purchase a case of Corona. No, that's not how it works. You can even do it in cans if you don't have a bottle opener. Also, it's delicious and it's safe to use with lime. Please enjoy responsibly. Family, that's not how it works. John Lestrina. John, you made so many jokes about it. You're making me start to question whether you know how people get vaccinated. Apollo 3JP, speaking of fam, says, fam, shit is fucked up. Us kings need to rise up and support women after this horrible, backwards, utterly asinine decision. Respect to all the ladies out there. Takes two to tango. Damn right it fucking does. Thanks, Apollo, for that. See, sometimes you're on the right side of history, my friend. Bo Jackson, the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, hey, Roxy, I know how you feel about animated shows for the most part. So if you still not watched any of What If episodes, today's episode features your boy, Dr. Strangely. I was curious what you would think about this one. I watched 6 minutes of the first What If episode, and I really didn't like it, so I turned it off. And that has nothing to do with the quality of the show. It's just not for me. I should probably try it and give it a legit shot. I hear that the Captain Carter one was not the best of them, and that the second one was better and the third one was better. So, and I do love T'Challa, and I want to hear Chadwick. So I don't know. At some point, maybe I'll watch this. I'm dragging my fucking feet on it because I don't want to. I don't want to. And it's not selling me Doctor Strange. She don't wanna. That's how I feel. Also in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, Sean says, Thanksgiving was the peak of COVID last year, and I don't see why it'd be different this year. There's only so much the people that care about it can do to slow down the spread. Yeah, I know, because there's not enough of us. Who would have ever guessed? If you described to me in 2019, say July of 2019, in 2020, there is going to be a huge fucking virus that hits not just the States, but the world. And millions of people are going to die. Millions. And it's going to last for a long fucking time. And people who are old are going to be more susceptible. And people of all ages are going to die from it. And the people who don't die are going to lose their taste for a long time, if not ever, and their smell, and they're going to get really fucking sick. But the good news is they're going to create a vaccine for it, just like they did for chickenpox or any of the other things that used to happen. And the vaccine works. And all you have to do is get everybody to take it. And then then it will be okay. People will stop dying. Do you think they'll take it? I would have been like, yeah, duh. I would have thought even anti-vaxxers would have taken it. Like, the fact that just not enough of us will take it. And Manny Gonzalez says polio. Like, what kind of fucking weird ass time are we living in where it's like, here's the problem and here's the solution. Oh, y'all don't want the solution? You want to stay in the problem? That's weird. But here's the solution. You don't want the solution? If the Muppet told you about the solution, if the orange Muppet was in charge, would you take the solution? Just fucking ludicrous. Fucking ludicrous. All right, I'm going to get out of here relatively soon to start prepping for World Girls and our intern and all of that stuff. See, there's some good things still going on in the world. But thank you guys for being here. Send in any last minute questions, comments, concerns, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. Get them in loud, get them in proud. Appreciate everybody being here. Shout out to all my friends, Jake Yacovetta, Ryan Payne. Even the fucking plague had anti-vaxxers. History shows stupid knows no bounds. I know. G. Smith, Joseph Ashley, Manny Gonzalez, Sina Bigelow, Andrew Thomas, Ben Chan, Joseph Ashley, Matt Munoz. What's up, Matt? Sina said this episode made me sad. The good news, Sina, is that you're with like-minded people. We fucking dig you. And there's going to be better news in the weeks to come, the days to come. You just never know. You never know when great news is going to drop. So it's okay. And it's going to be okay. But people are fucking stupid, man. Feel lucky to not be one of them. And everybody else in here, Gregory Castillo, #family. And all of my friends, thanks for showing up. Appreciate you. Mohammed Belsin, Juan Mendez, all of the people, Brittany Parker, Pink Sweets. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, singing my own last name. Glenn Caesar says, yeah, if you decide not to do another Friends Lego build on the show for whatever reason, I get it. I guess the entire set is pretty big and it'd take a few episodes to finish building it all, not to mention the donations. I figured I'd ask anyway. Totally, Glenn. I never mind you asking, and I would like to do it. So we'll see if I can figure it out. To hopefully end the show on some good news, fuck yeah news. Not only am I feeling as if I've got no CP symptoms, yes, muscle or tendon tightness, isolated pain, etc. for extended periods of time, even overnight, but my niece and nephew are in college. Woohoo! Thanks for letting us know, Glenn. That's awesome. Leonard Kim in the Streamlab says, did you catch Bachelor in Paradise? This show keeps delivering. Yes, I did, Leonard Kim. Okay, couple brief thoughts here. I'm really upset about the Abby and whatever his name is. I forget his name. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Abigail and that dude. I feel like they're great. And I think the sexual chemistry is there. They're just like not feeding into it. He's got to just like make a move on her. So that I'm like kind of back on Team Demi. I think that she is so fun. And I'm not loving this Tia person. I'm feeling bad for Ivan because Jasenia was so great. And like, I don't really care about this new guy she's with, but I love Ivan. And why does nobody ever see how fucking amazing he is? Those are just some of my brief thoughts. Anybody else has questions? Let me know. I know how much this is a Bachelor in Paradise crew. All right, getting the fuck out of here. Make your bed. Stay safe. Stay sane. Put down your toilet seat and live. We don't want those puffaloons. Check the internet. You can do this by blowing on it. Don't trump the Holocaust. That would make worse news for the day. Brett, Miles, Jonathan. I almost just combined all those names because at this point, those, like, you know what we need for good news? This is what we need. Brett, Miles, Jonathan, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. That would be some good fucking news. Can you do it, world? Can you fucking do it? No. Can't give us that one solid for all the shit that you're throwing at us. Another Streamlabs coming through. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. G. Smith. You won't regret the T'Challa what if. Okay. Yeah, I hear that I won't. Fuck. All right. I know I got to do it. I know I do. Much love, my friends. Stay safe, stay sane. Tune in to World Girl Wednesday to find out if we're smarter than fifth graders and hear more about our new intern. Much love to you all. And I will see you tonight for World Girl Wednesday and tomorrow live at the Roxy later.